Hi everyone, this is Jared here. Just want to give you guys a quick video update of what I see happening in the market, as well as just a brief recap of what we talked about last night on the webinar for those of you that were unable to make it. I am not able to post the webinars just yet, but that'll be coming shortly. I've got to get a more serious website to be able to post 30 and 40-minute videos. So for the meantime, I'll just kind of give you guys a quick recap of what we're talking about. The market is trending. Things are moving. We're looking more for breakouts and longer runs and less for crossovers and choppy summer runs. In essence, that is kind of what we're shooting for right now. Now, we've seen here on a couple of these pairs, like the pound dollar, for example, and the euro dollar, USD pairs have gone down the toilet, and they're just kind of, we've seen big runs here. They're kind of stalling out after some large runs that we've seen over the last couple of days. Running out of gas a little bit, but for the most part they've broken out. We're looking for the yen pairs to kind of be the next ones to make the big breaks. But really right now we see both on the pound dollar and the euro dollar, everything's just channeling as of about the last day and a half or so. It's just kind of in this 100 pip channel, bouncing up and down. We have good opportunities. A break of this high will get us above this weekly pivot and hopefully take us up to the next weekly pivot up there. So that 7,000 level will be crucial to watch. 1.7 on the pound dollar. Likewise, this lower level here, if we can get a break of this low and an open below this, below our blue line, 13 moving average here, and get below our green daily pivot as well, we'll probably see, 50 to 75 pips of downward movement on this pair as well. So we've got a pretty tight channel and a pretty easy breakout one direction or another. At this point, we just kind of have to watch and see what happens. Euro dollar, we have a very similar thing. We have a very tight channel on this one, a little less than 100 pips. Just bouncing up and down. Same thing about the last day and a half, hopping up and down. We need to get it below this green daily pivot for an official sell. And likewise, we just need to give it above this high, about 144.44, for a continuation up, hopefully to the next weekly pivot. Now, a couple of you are asking, we've looked at the, we've been looking at the equities markets quite a bit, and we're watching and we're seeing that things are trending pretty well. The Dow's up. The S&P is holding at that 1,000, and gold is up 970. That's up a good little chunk, and another $11 today. It's been moving up very nicely, making some very nice gains. So why is the dollar stalling out the way that it is? Well, there's a couple of answers to that question. Number one, we have non-farm payroll this week, which is the U.S. job report, which happens Friday. It's the first Friday of every month. And the market is very likely to wait on those movements, and sometimes it'll do very little until that announcement, the week of that announcement. So we have that going on in the US dollar. Likewise, we have the interest rate for the euro and the interest rate for the pound coming out tomorrow. The markets will also wait for that to happen. So we've got the euro dollar and the pound dollar. Dollar has a good reason to wait, and the euro has a good reason, and the pound has a good reason to wait and sit and just kind of see what things do. So that's kind of a big reason we're seeing a lot of things running out of steam. But not to mention that we've seen big runs up the last couple of days. Everything's stopping at that weekly pivot. We see that the euro stopped at the weekly pivot and the pound stopped at the weekly pivot. And so we just need to give it some time to consolidate. There may be some dips down, maybe even down here towards the pink weekly pivot. So we'll just watch it. We'll watch for a break, a potential break below this 68.88 level, or a break above this 1.7 thousand area. And same thing on the euro. We're just going to look for a break of either this 143.60 or about 144.50-ish area to get into buys or sells respectively. So keep an eye on that, and keep an eye on the yen pairs as well. Those ones are moving pretty nicely. But overall, I'm really keeping my eye on the USD pairs, and things are just kind of sputtering right now while they wait for some big announcements to come out. But I think we're going to have some big, good dollar movements this week. So be ready for them. Watch those levels on those two pairs specifically, and we'll have plenty of good movements coming up. Good luck, guys. We'll see you all in the chat.